The two main ones are Marvel Rivals, which I'm going to assume you and I are going to talk about in a little second. So I'll leave that for your section. And the other, oh, you didn't?
I mean,
it's been on fire.
Yeah, I've been busy, but I know it's very good, and I have played it, last demo. Right. So
okay, so
surprise, it's still pretty good, I'm sure.
I've been playing Marvel Rivals late at night with this guy on my lap, so that's awesome. Things to discover. Did you know that Jeff the Land Shark's healing beam makes a noise that terrifies dogs?
Oh wow, huh? Interesting.
There's a really high pitched like ticking noise when Jeff the Land Shark heals you. That terrifies this thing.
I thought the second beta opened up pretty wide and that a lot of people got in there. But I'm not sure what the final numbers were at the end or so, but in any case, it's not like a deadlock situation where it's just kind of like, oh yeah, everyone's kind of had their chance or so.
It is proper out.
Right. But like a lot of people are kind of are going through that thing we went through a while ago, going like, okay, let's see. Oh fuck, this is really, really, really good. Like that specific late wave is like, I'm seeing that hit people going, damn, I wasn't expecting or wanting even to be this into this. I got like people like literally like Foxcade literally was just like he just sent me, oh no.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's like that,
So there's a lot going on with Marvel Rivals, even from the very short amount of time that I spent with it. Number one, I have seen the pornographers on my timeline fucking shouting from the heavens that this game's release is a new golden era, according to similar to Overwatch.
These characters have always been around, but now they're in the Overwatch style look.
Yeah, the specific style that you can rip a 3D model out of. That one?
God.
The style where most of the work is just done for you.
Psylocke's been around forever, y'all.
That's true, but did she have a high quality, like shiny 3D asset? No.
How long until they phase out all the Overwatch characters in those porn ads and phase in?
I bet that's yesterday.
Damn. Okay.
So second of which is getting into the game of Marvel Rivals. I saw people saying that it feels like a jankier Overwatch, and they're completely right. It is a jankier Overwatch. It doesn't have Overwatch's polish. But the reason why that is because Rivals allows the characters to do what you think the characters should do, which means, like we talked about this when we played the beta, Spider-Man and Venom and shit like that, and like characters like Iron Man and Storm just permanently flying. Like, that's going to take a while to sand down because, like, a lot of these characters can do all sorts of stupid nonsense. It feels like this game can be referred to as Marvel with all the context within. Because there's some busted fucking shit in that game.
That's an interesting thought, and I'm going to let you finish. But first, I need to confirm. So you just take the analog like May model out and you drop Squirrel Girl in. And then everything works, right?
I bet all the rigging still works just
okay, fine. All right. Who else? Who else goes where?
I think
Mercy?
the Overwatch gaslight goes in the trash is what happens.
There's a whole lot of diva that needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
So, which way are we going? This is important.
The most interesting thing that happened when I started playing Rivals was what I'm going to call like the Fortnite effect. So Overwatch 2 is free to play, right? Like eventually they did that? Mm-hmm. Or is that buy to play?
I think they had enough free-to-play campaigns that at any given moment might be going through a temporary...
Yeah, chat, is Overwatch 2 free buy-to-play or free-to-play? I don't even know.
It was free for a time.
It's free-to-play, okay. But
Okay.
Overwatch 2 did not have the fucking push that Overwatch did. Marvel Rivals is proper F2P, and all the characters are unlocked. It's only costumes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I saw that they talked about what the cosmetics were going to be like, and they had that full thing about the currency and everything.
They're good cosmetics too. They look really good.
They do look pretty fucking good. And like, sure enough, you're like, hey, you want that Wolverine that you want? Well, there he is,
The
right?
Wolverine.
Yeah, they know. And Psylocke as well, of course, with all that. It is funny though, because it's like now people are talking about, hey, yo, you want to go play Marvel? Hey, yo, you want to go play Rivals? And you're not talking about Marvel or Rivals of Aether.
No.
Like, fuck.
So what's going on? It's like this is a free-to-play game, and it's the most popular characters in the world to some degree, and all that. And there's 10 million new players, right? So I hit quick match, and my very first quick match, and I double-checked to make sure that these were not bots. I asked around and I checked on their profiles. This was not bots. The very first quick match I ever played in Marvel Rivals was the most one-sided shooter match I have ever played in my entire life. Like, I picked Cap and went in and went 39-4 in quick match, and I was like, oh, you know what this is? This is the Children, because it's free and because it's got Iron Man on it. The Children are here in the quick match,
and you have some experience from last time. And all of anyone who is learning their way is getting stomped in immediately right now. That will continue to be the case for a while, I imagine.
And like doing versus quick matches, and like, man, there's some wild power imbalances between like there's a lot of stomps in both directions.
I imagine every single Spider-Man you encounter in quick match is terrible.
Is dog shit.
Like
the worst player I've ever seen in my life.
Like the youngest kid playing the hardest character. It's gotta be awful.
I have seen a direct link. The least famous and least popular characters that I see are going to kill me, and the more popular the character is, the better shot I have at beating them. Like Spider-Mans are so free, but nobody gives a fucking shit about Iron Fist, so Iron Fist is terrifying as fuck because people playing Iron Fist are playing Iron Fist because they want to play
as Iron Fist,
the character that Iron Fist is.
Also, like Overwatch and other games where the game came at the same time as the characters, you don't have that attachment, so people are probably a little more willing to move around the roles that you need to fulfill. In this, the Iron Man main is there to be Iron Man and will only ever
be Iron Man now, please.
Or I'm quitting, right? So you're probably going to have an extremely rough time getting on your favorites if they happen to be one of the poster people, you know?
Oh, crap.
But yeah.
Fucking trap.
As long as we can...
Oh, fuck.
Can you hear me? No? Okay, hold on. Headphone back in.
Sorry about that.
No worries. There you go.
I thought I could just pop the headphone cable out in like a second and come back, and then I got trapped because I'm holding the dog. I
would like to propose that for the nomenclature that we have, like you said, this is Marvel, and that we just keep a distinguishing. We have Marvel, and then we have Marvel.
I can do that.
Yeah,
that works.
All right. Let's just keep the two separate and clear. It's important to establish this nice and early.
You just had that?
Yeah. Don't worry. So, anyway.
You just happen to keep that right next to you?
You never know when you're going to need to. So, how'd you feel about the new characters?
You know what my feeling about the new characters is? Christ, there's a lot of fucking characters.
Yeah.
I played like 10. Like I played for like 2-3 hours, and I played like 10, and like I would do something where I play a match of Cap, and then on the next match I would see what his buttons actually fucking did, and then I play 2-3 more matches of Cap, and then I'd be like, oh, I'll try somebody else, and then I'll play matches Hulk, and then I'll be like, should probably look up what their fucking buttons do, because they all have full like MOBA kits. They all have like a full thing, and some of their passives are vital to how their character works, but they're never surfaced.
Do MOBA characters have different like movement options?
I mean, it depends.
Because like, for example, like I know that's a really silly question, but like I imagine a lot of characters are balanced around moving when you click from one space to the other at a set speed, right, or so. And in this kind of game, like a team shooter of this nature, everyone has to move towards the payload at a set pace, and you have to be able to retreat at a set pace, right?
Oh, everybody has a different fucking movement speed and fucking movement option in Rivals.
But like when you have characters that can triple jump and wall run and all that stuff, you start adding a whole lot to it. The movement gets a lot more distinct without necessarily being like Tracer's like blink ability, for example.
Yeah,
like, it's
so
just basic movement becomes really dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of characters in MOBAs have like, you know, one of their Q or WE is like a movement button. I get a drag themselves forward or teleport forward or what have you.
So I guess another way of asking it is like, are there characters that have movement options that are not an ability, but it's just a movement thing they do?
Yeah, I wouldn't know enough, but I'm going to say yeah, probably.
Okay. Because like you like when you have characters that like in Rivals that are like they're the way they jump, double jump or fly or whatever can be like separate from.
Iron Fist has a fucking quadruple jump and a wall run.
Exactly, and it looks pretty cool when you see it.
Locked on to people he's hitting, so that he can keep meleeing people as they try and run away, including people like fucking Iron Man.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Or like, the Iron Man and Storm flying and stuff. It's like this game really has It's not just Farah you got to deal with, or occasionally someone jumping up. Like you got to have your aim up a lot of the time, depending on the team composition. There's quite a few characters that are like spending a ton of time in the air.
The game is. It is a game that doesn't care how hard the counters can be. Like there are like Black Panther versus anyone who can fly will just die. He has absolutely no ability to get up to them at all in any way. I
mean, unless magic helps you, right? But
yeah,
great. That's in one spot for one moment. Yeah. No, it does. But it does also feel like as a result of them being that liberal with the flyers, you also have a sky battle, where you have a couple characters just in the air going at it, which is a nice, fun dynamic as well, where you've got like a Storm chasing. You got like an Iron Man taking out a Storm, and then a Hela coming back for revenge. Against the Iron Man.
And then it's the difference between like most of the characters in Rivals don't have hit scan, so the ones that do have hit scan eat up people who fly, because people who fly are in a gigantic wide open space and don't actually move very fast.
Scarlet Witch just getting picked off. But
yeah, like, hey, how do I avoid Scarlet Witch's ult? Shoot her. It takes a couple seconds, so kill her before the ult hits you.
What does she use? She's like, embrace chaos,
it's
or
like
whatever.
Chaos overwhelming, I think.
Yeah, something. Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
But yeah, no, Rivals is fucking great. It's dripping with money, and the interface is going nuts.
That's it. Pure to chaos. That's it.
It's awesome. And like, it's a little jankier than Overwatch, but like they've already patched it a couple times, and you can feel it just like slowly improving. There's one really annoying thing where there's like the Marvel Rivals storyline, which is like unlocked by like specific character challenges. Some of those challenges are miserable to even attempt in a match.
Oh, I haven't seen them.
Because there's one that's like, as Black Panther or Psylocke use the team up ability that Magic gives you 5 times in a match. It's like, okay, well, that's actually super easy. You
right.
Just mash triangle, right? But the other one is, as Cap or Storm, kill 5 enemies while underneath the buff you get from Thor. And you're like, that can't be too hard, except nobody ever wants to play as Thor.
Okay.
4 is actually super unpopular in quick
Yeah,
launch.
I mean, again, do it against the AI or just take
Yeah.
stomp on the kids, Story-wise as well, I mean, so I'm, curious to see how this whole, like, Doom thing gets set up. But I heard that the lore pages are, like, really, really good.
They're
And
super exhaustive and detailed.
so I read a couple of them, not to completion though. Like I remember checking them out a little bit in the demo, and it seemed pretty interesting. But like I'm hearing that like altogether they're these fantastic short stories about the characters that are great codex backstory and stuff, and kind of like explaining how these unique worlds that are not necessarily like the same worlds from the comics that they come from are interesting for different reasons and stuff. Like this is
Also
this is a unique reality.
The battle pass shit and the weekly challenges and all that. It's super easy. Like it's super easy and it's super lenient. Like you blow through them super fast, and then they and like when you go to the challenge screen, there's like 10 challenges that are all like unlocks in 1 hour, unlocks in 3 hours, unlocks in 6 hours. So it's constantly like rolling forward. But they're fucking trivial and they last forever.
Do you think when they're designing a bunch of sprays for games like this, they go to some of them and they go, hey, dial that one back. It's looking too cool. Make that one a little make that one a little more lame. It's got to be a basic, simple one. You have to feel like only the ones you get later are cooler, and you have to earn them and feel good about it.
I don't know.
I feel like some sprays are just nothings, and some of them are pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about sprays? Let's be honest.
Yeah, well,
it's about the MVP shit. It's about the costumes.
Well,
yeah, it's great. It's a slam dunk.
It is,
and it's like even if it was like a full point worse than Overwatch, it not being Overwatch is a point in its favor because of how I feel about Overwatch after all of this nonsense.
Yeah, but it still is tremendously embarrassing that Marvel Rivals had the audacity to rip off Widowmaker with this brand new character, Black Widow. Like where's your shame?
Yeah, Mike Ybarra's a fucking stupid bitch.
So the funny part is that like I feel like everyone's been saying for this entire time, oh my god, it's so blatant how much of a ripoff this is. They're not pretending. They're not. The sound effects on the menus and the font are literally just Overwatch, right? But throwing that one like little Widowmaker thing in there just like completely throws the whole thing off the scent, and everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And not because one, obviously April 1964, duh, and then second, like, yeah, but it's good. so who cares? Like, yeah, it's blatant. It's super blatant, but you know what? It's fucking good and it's a lot of fun. No one gives a shit, dude.
I don't think anyone at Blizzard has the right to ever, and I mean ever, roll their eyes at characters that are only technically different after building their entire company's history off of games that were not technically Warhammer.
Oh shit. Space Marines.
Fuck off. Are you serious? Like, come get out of my face.
Cue the Penny Arcade comic.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals is great. I'm gonna keep at it, and I'll come back on like how fucked or totally fine the battle pass is, because that's kind of make or break on a lot of these things. I do know that you get like it doesn't give you all the currency back inside it. I think it gives you like it costs $5 and you get like $4 back for the next one. So if you're a consistent player, the battle pass probably only costs like $1.50.
Okay.
Which if you play this game a lot, yeah, $1.50 a month is all right. Definitely. And the costumes in it are really fucking nice.
Yeah, I'm honestly still kind of reeling at the like on paper idea of this blatant ripoff game from NetEase that we would be aggressively mocking forever is just really fun to play, high quality, and also like they did the thing where we're like, oh, how cool would it be if you could take like, look about all these Marvel characters, how would they look in this art style, you know? And they're like, yeah, no, exactly. They
look great.
They're doing the thing that people imagined. Oh, that would be pretty cool if you did that. Executed, and so far, like fucking flawlessly. It's you play it and you become a believer because it grabs you. And again, you can see your fucking characters. Not to belabor the point.
It's like, man. Also, like, not only can you see your character, but the way that it's been built around the third-person perspective and the shit ton of melee characters. I'm playing on the personal computer, and it's cross-play with everybody. So, like, half or more of the population's using controllers. I don't feel fucked by that at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to grab and, like, start, headshotting from across the map as Black Widow.
Yeah.
But general character movement and the way a lot of your abilities work, the controller, like presets, acceleration, etc., are excellent, and it plays good.
And it's not just, that's the other thing, it's not just that it's third person and that you can play with the controller and feel comfortable. There's enough archetypes that are also like melee based, that are getting in close or like doing a little bit of both. So it's not just a shooter either, right? Someone like me who loves action and getting up close and stuff, like there's
characters feel like action game characters,
yeah.
to the point where I will say something really insane now. Marvel Rivals is the closest we will ever get to a mass multiplayer versus action game after Anarchy Reigns. It is the closest we will ever get to that ever again.
If they add a mode for shits and giggles that's just like deathmatch, like just you playing for yourself against everybody, you could get even closer. Not that it's balanced for that, of course, but I see what you mean. And I think that you're looking at the roster of melee characters being, you've got choices, flyers, you've got choices, or if you just want a traditional shooter.
There is deathmatch.
Is there? Oh shit!
I didn't even know that.
I didn't even know that. Okay, well,
that's a really different style of game, actually.
I don't think that was active in the beta.
Excited.
Yeah, I don't think that was active in the beta. If so, it was only teams. That's interesting.
I'm very excited.
That's crazy.
Is it like team deathmatch or like solo deathmatch? Because solo deathmatch is that's just for psychos.
Wow. Like one person getting like
team TDM. Yeah.
Okay. No. Yes. Sorry.
You meant solo.
That's not what I meant. I meant solo deathmatch. Everybody's on their own team.
Rumble in Halo parlance.
Yeah. Well, Anarchy Reigns, right? Just fucking go. I'm on my team, and we're all in this, and we're going at it. Yeah. That's what I mean. Free for all. Cool. Okay.
Holy shit. We got a breaking news about Marvel Rivals from eHonton83. When the battle pass doesn't expire when the season ends.
Yeah. They announced that you don't.
Holy fucking shit.
They announced that once you get it, you can keep it, and everything you get with it, you can still unlock, even if the whatever time passes.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's great.
No FOMO. It's a really, really fucking reasonable way to go about it. The idea of buying the thing and then being like, fuck, time, sucks. That's great.
Marvel Rivals is fucking awesome. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
These are my favorite visual designs on almost every character. Like, not Bruce Banner. Like, I think he looks like a fucking pussy, but I get that. But like that Chinese anime tech superhero aesthetic is I fucking love it.
It's clean.
I love it.
And the sparks or sprites, hit sparks kind of coming off of their models as well. That moment where I'm looking at Wolverine with the X-Men Evolution haircut, and then he goes and then it pops out, and I was like, fuck, there he is.
Yeah, nice.
There he is. Yeah,